And we're back for another episode. In this episode, I'm going to be doing turn 9. So, there's a very nice group on Sargatanas who are actually helping people get through turn 9 free of charge. So I was like, okay, I'll go for that. Because I have been trying my very best over the last few weeks, maybe a couple of months, and I've got as far as the second golem phase, but I think it's about time now, just get it done, see what the story is, and get final coil unlocked. So I apologize in advance if I spend most of the second phase dead. Okay, so I did upload this video earlier on. So Elise says, that surely cannot be Dalamud. Where are we? The final resting place of Nail Vandanis. This is a grave for the undeserving. And for the crime of trespassing upon my god's sanctuary, this place shall serve as your grave too. No. So, to the people helping me out, sorry for delaying you or watching this cutscene, I just had to record it for the sake of it. So Nail Vandanis says, in the hour of his failure, Nail Vandanis fell, the currents of Aether began to bear away his essence, but before oblivion could claim the last of him, a divine will reached out and I was born. And then the words of my God resound in mine ears. Bring unto mine enemies crushed defeat, that they might know despair without end, and claim thee thus the victory which thou went once denied. So at least they say, 'twould seem that little remained of Nail's essence when Bahamut plucked him from the brink of oblivion, and the result was this strange simulacrum. Nevertheless, her aura bespeaks great power. She channels the rage of the Elder Primer himself. Lord Bahamut, thy wish is my command. None shall escape thine unquenchable fury. Come ye dull and thinking beast, spare your teeth. They will avail you naught in the calamity to come. And here we go. So, hope this goes smoothly. It's a very good group, we'll probably one-shot it. If you're on Sargatanas, you should check them out. Okay, here we go. you got the symbol above your head, you have to group up because it's split by the raid. This symbol means spread out, 5 holes. The first one is only 1, but later on it'll be 2, so you have to make sure that you're topped up. Second wind, whatever you can to help out is always good. Golems need to eat the meteors. If there's any meteors alive at the end of this bit, then they just blow up and kill the raid. So we gather on the A because he's about to do Mega Flow and need to heal up, and also because after we get to phase 2, he will do, or she will do Heaven's Fall, which will do a knockback on the edge of the room, towards the edge of the room. For that, stay out of the yellow. Stick over the Dragon Ace. ASAP. Hopefully they'll get it done. And then I can say, finally turn 9 down. Well, it's just a small matter of final coil, but whatever. But one thing I'll be doing after this episode is I will be going to unlock final coil, just to see the story involved with it. There's interesting music here, that's for sure. They are all on voice chat as well, so they are, you know, communicating with each other. Because they get someone to call out the direction of the dive bombs, because these 3 dragons do have a way of doing it. Oh, poor Klaus. I'm sorry guys, I don't have any voice chat or anything. There won't be any cheers for getting this down, because for this group this is like the 2 millionth time they've killed it. I should really look up what the words for the song actually are. What do you guys think? Do you think I've got the voice to sing it? Yeah, done, finally. Thanks a lot to all those guys for helping me through it. Aha. So this was all just a big arena. Oh yeah, I'm still working towards my Nexus as well. Second Coil of Bahamut complete. Whoop. Into White Mage, pass. Healing, pass. Pass, pass. Cool. Okay, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sure voice chat was very interesting, but never mind. So let's now leave the duty and see if there's any cutscene. So Elise says, "Poor creature, would that you had never been born. You had surrendered your physical form and collapsed into Aether, but Bahamut denied you death and imprisoned what little was left of you in an ethereal shell resembling what I wonder, images from your memory perhaps? But that shell is now broken, and your primal deity seems disinclined to sustain your existence." My primal deity? I kneel to no econ. What need have I to beg the favour of such filth? I am Nael Vandanis, legatus of the 7th Legion. No, a moment. My thoughts are clouded, and this body is not mine own. Could it be that you spoke the truth? Was I enthralled by the Lesser Moon's ancient prisoner? That will not happen again. You speak as if Bahamut no longer controlled you, but that's impossible. Once a primal's ensnares a mind, it cannot be freed. Unless Bahamut simply relinquished his claim, what need has he of a broken spirit bound for the ethereal realm? Oh, that I should fall prey to the very influence I sought to purge from the land. The irony is galling. But do not assume that all of my actions were chosen for me. It was my will that the Meteor project be resurrected, mine and none other. Yet it seems that my grand designs were destined to fail. Even the ungentle release of death was denied me. Nael, please, you must tell us more of the calamity. I must know the truth of what has befallen the world, and what has become of my grandfather, Archon Louisoix. Are you Louisoix's grandchild? Ah, the fates are generous with their cruelty. Continue on if you would have your answers. They await you at the terminus of your path. But know that this path leads only to despair. The light of truth was ever harsh and unforgiving. Why do you say this? Grandfather will be freed once we put a stop to Bahamut's restoration, will he not? What are you not telling us? Steel yourself, child. Only unbending resolve and merciless strength can conquer what lies ahead. The weak can do naught but weep under the pale of their own misery, as did the frail child I once was. Okay. So, silence, chattering raven. Your wretched wings are broken, and you shall soar no more. My crimson moon, your brilliance sears mine eyes. I recognize that voice, Mithrie, but never would he say such words. Come, let us finish what we came to do. All will be put right when the final Hulk lies dormant. Grandfather will be himself again, I'm sure of it. Bahamut regenerates more swiftly than I could have anticipated. Let's hope that disabling this coil will serve to slow the process. The display seems different, but the controls appear to mimic the mechanism we found in the Lanosia Hulk. It shouldn't pose a problem. Mithrie, forgive me. The moment I beheld Nail's transformation, hope wilted in my heart. I do not believe you could stand against the manifestation of Bahamut's power. For all Fable's strength and skill, I felt certain that I was going to lose you, just as I lost my grandfather. Even he, a man for whom naught seemed impossible, was humbled before Bahamut's might. And yet, look how far we have come. This incredible the feats of which we are capable, our boundless potential. 'Twas this capacity for greatness, I believe, that Grandfather so dearly wished to protect. With all that has occurred, I have come to understand that much at least. So the second coil has now been disabled. It is done. Shall we make our way back to the surface and gather our thoughts? We have seen much that will benefit from Urianger's learned perspective. Okay. Grandfather, it is you. Then why? Abandon this quest, Elise. I will not countenance further sabotage of the coils. Sabotage? But we must disable the coils if we are to prevent Bahamut's revival. Your defiance seals your fate. Mithrie says no. No, you are not who I thought you were. My grandfather would never. Foolish girl. How could the White Raven allow herself to be bested by such snivelling opponents? Listen well, we all exist at the pleasure of one divine will. And the word of Lord Bahamut is absolute. Scurry back into your holes, vermin. You have been granted this one reprieve, but should you be so foolish as to crawl into my lord's domain again, I will crush the life from you myself. That light in Grandfather's eyes, he has suffered the same fate as Nail. My grandsire is no more. That was naught but a phantom that profanes his noble memory. This mockery must be expunged. I will not rest until I see Grandfather's soul from Bahamut's tyranny. Do you hear me, Bahamut? Your time is at an end. Eorzea and my family will be avenged. Awesome. So now, let's now head out of here. Get one now decent look at Bahamut, just quickly regenerating. There's basically these coils are the things that are regenerating him, keeping him alive. Because we saw at the end of turn 5 that it was literally just his head, and now progress has been made, let's say. So let's now exit. Okay, we're now in Northern Fanalan. Cool. So here's a quest from Elise. So the quest is called Elise's Resolve. So it says, Elise is keen to seek Urianger's learned opinion on the disturbing events which unfolded during your expedition into the Second Coil. Truly it is wonderful to escape that stifling air and return to Northern Fanalan again, it would appear. I must thank you, Mithrie. Were it not for your bravery, I strongly doubt I would be standing here now. But you need not tarry on my account. The danger has passed. Pray go on ahead and apprise Urianger of all that has occurred. I will join you anon. My thoughts are yet unruly. I would rest here a while. So let's go to the Waking Sands. So quickest way to get there. Teleport to Limsa. Take the Aethernet to the Arcanist Guild and then take the ferry. Okay, so Aethernet. Let's go to the Arcanist Guild. Here is the ferry. So what do you guys think? Does turn 9 look cool? If you did it a while ago, then how did you find it when you first saw this cutscene? Obviously the ferry takes us right here, right outside the Waking Sands. So happy I got it done, finally. Don't need to do it again. I might do for fun, but I don't need to. So Urianger says, the triumph here doth return. Thine eyes speak of the dread's task completion. The second coil now lieth dormant. Yet I sense the tidings thou bearest are not altogether glad. Pray tell me what ill hath cast shadow which falleth now across thy brow. That's complete. The cutscene. So, an old foe and an old friend. So 'twas but the ethereal shadow of Master Louis Soir that Lady Elise beheld, an unnatural conjuration enthralled to the elder primal. That the fiend should deign to choose him of all men, even in full knowledge of the shade's true nature, I would be hard-pressed to weather such a confrontation. Yet what agonies must the young mistress have endured? Such torment did she ne'er deserve. Mayhap 'twere better if Lady Elise did abandon herself from future forays onto the coils. I have come too far to surrender to grief, Urianger. My lady, I am resolved to defeat these fiends, and naught shall sway me from my path. Now let us peer more deeply into the well of our discoveries. As you wish, my lady. By your leave, I will speak first of the coil's late guardian, Nail Vandanis. Vandanis was a legatus of the Garlean Empire who strove to bring about Eorzea's final destruction, only to fall even as the sixth sun did set. If thou hast heard tales of the White Raven, then it is he of whom they speak. He, I say, for Nail was for certainty no maid. The noble house of Vandanis, as we discovered all too late, had long safeguarded the wisdom of ancient Alag. 'Twas thus that Legatus came to learn the true nature of Dalamud, and to seek to employ the Red Moon as a weapon against Eorzea. But the Crystal Tower and the mechanisms required to command the satellite yet lay hidden beneath the ground, compelling Nail to construct a far less subtle mechanism, and in his first flattering attempts to communicate with Dalamud, he did likely rouse the satellite's slumbering prisoner. Henceforth did the White Raven's soul belong to Bahamut. He was fortunate indeed to acquire such powerful a thrall by chance. 'Tis little wonder he was so loath to part with him. Why let a simple thing like death deprive one of such a useful pawn? Though we may accuse him of bungling Vandanis' resurrection, I dare say Bahamut was as content to have a handmaiden as a manservant. I only hope that the 2 thralls we encountered were the extent of his flock. Yet I cannot help but dwell on Nail's words, those beloved children of whom they spoke. I assume at first he referred to the moon's beastly guardians, but should Bahamut have enslaved other mortals, we must needs remove this source of worship, otherwise our efforts to disable the coil shall be for naught. Forgive my indelicacy, my lady. Thou art wise indeed to speak of expunging the Primal's thralls, but can't thou truly pursue a course which would cost thee thine own grandsire? My heart and mind are one on this matter. Grandfather's salvation can be won but by a single method, the destruction of Bahamut, and aught that might serve to sustain him. Mithrie, while Urianger and I endeavour to ascertain the existence of any further thralls, I suggest you grant yourself a moment's respite. Rest assured that I will contact you the moment I have need of your immutable talents. But we have achieved so much I owe to you. I fear, however, that our trials have barely begun. Though time has dulled the pain of thy passing, I find that I am wounded afresh. Master Louis Soir, what good shall come of the unending search for knowledge and truth? Long have I believed the pursuit of such treasures to be the duty of every true Charlian. Yet, when each new revelation serveth only to heap further anguish upon those whom we would fain protect, must we truly reach for more? Alphanode says, so you have found your resolve, dear sister. Will you now find use for the secret, for the key that only you and I hold? Given our familiar propensity of curiosity, you would do well to remember that keys may serve to seal doors as well as unlock them, and Bahamut is a most unwelcome guest to whom the door shall never have been opened. Little teaser for you. So that's basically it. So I've now finished Second Coil of Bahamut, finally. I earned the achievements in another bind, and you can handle the truth by completing the quest Elise's Resolve. So the next quest Urianger will make available is to actually unlock Final Coil. So I will do that in a separate episode. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, in case you haven't seen the ending cutscenes before. And as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.